Anyone can sell electronics. At Electronics Expo, they do more than sell products. They design, install, and support complete technology solutions. From home theaters and whole home audio to lighting, shades, automation, networking, security cameras, and premium entertainment systems. For over 22 years, they've helped thousands of homeowners experience technology at its very best. See the difference for yourself. Visit their Wayne or Paramus stores in New Jersey or shop now at electronicsexpo.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi!
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Dave Scott, lost in space, the other side of midnight.
Danger! Bob Sterling, danger!
I'm trying to get more cheese into my diet and more mayonnaise. Those are my goals, Dave Scott. More cheese and more mayonnaise. And I'm trying to predict how long Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will stay married. And I say it's going to be till 1 year after the baby's born. Because when the baby shows up, that will be the actual test of the marriage. Up until then, it's wildest dreams. It's all a fantasy. And then that baby shows up, and two people have to start to agree on almost everything. And neither of them have had to agree with anybody on anything because they are who they are. A football hero and a billionaire, they can do whatever they want. But the newborn will settle that boy.
Oh, man. I was just wondering, I mean, somebody of your stature in media and everything, did you not get your invite? I thought you would have been there.
I'm not allowed to say. I signed an NDA. And it's the most shocking thing to me about the marriage, the wedding, was that there were 1,000 guests and 200 chairs. 800 people had to stand. And also, the arrivals were sequenced. It wasn't, here's a wedding at 6 o'clock, show up. No. Wedding was at 6 o'clock, and the first round of people were invited to show up at 2:30. And they had to stand around and do nothing for 2 hours because you're not even allowed to bring in your phone.
Yeah.
This was the tackiest thing you could imagine. And then it was a buffet. I have never heard of a good wedding where you didn't have a sit-down dinner. And at a Madison Square Garden, which seats 20,000 people, they could have managed to have a sit-down dinner. Instead, they had a buffet, and they ran out of champagne.
I wonder if they had enough horseradish for the slices of roast beef.
That's always a challenge, isn't it? It's always disturbing to me that a lot of buffets at like the Hyatt make a very big deal out of slicing the roast beef right in front of you. I don't really need that, but that seems to indicate it's a luxury buffet.
As long as there's horseradish with it, I'm good with it.
Do you know what horseradish sauce is?
I do.
Well, I figured everybody did, but I was actually in a good restaurant and ordered the filet mignon, which I rarely do, but I did, and I wanted horseradish sauce, and they did not know what I meant, to the point where the sous chef came out vaguely annoyed and said, "What are you talking about?" And I had to tell him how to make it, and he had never heard of it. Isn't that surprising?
Oh, these millennial chefs. They don't know a good horseradish when you see one.
I love
horseradish.
They just know about miniature carrots.
Mm-hmm. And food with weird names.
Like what?
Oh, I've watched too many cooking shows. Foie gras, there's one.
Yeah.
What the hell is a foie gras?
Yeah, I can't tell you. I'm not allowed to tell you.
If you cannot pronounce it, you shouldn't eat it.
Are you going to stay on the mouthpiece of that phone for America?
I can. You want me to?
That would be good. All right, now listen, I thought we were going to get another UFO information drop right about now. Is that your impression?
I'm going to say at this point I'd be highly surprised if something came this week. I really would be surprised. There's been no mention of it on social media of when or if the next tranche of UFO files is going to be released. The big story this week, as we are in UFO week, due to celebration of Roswell in New Mexico, the big news is that apparently, a number of months ago, we talked about a documentarian from the United Kingdom named Mark Christopher Lee, who had come out and said that he believes that Donald Trump was going to make a speech around July 8th. Well, we're 2 days away, or a day now, since we've rounded the clock, and he will be speaking at a NATO conference. So now the big eager moment for the UFO community is whether or not Donald Trump will mention UFOs, crash retrievals, and non-human intelligence at the latest NATO meetings in Turkey. Now, it kind of goes, I could actually see this happening, Walter, if you want my opinion. I can see it happening because it kind of goes against the grain of what the talks are supposed to be. Going back to the early 1980s when Ronald Reagan made his alien speech in front of the United Nations, how he felt, how all of our differences worldwide would vanish if we were, facing an alien threat from outside this world. We look at that, and I could see Trump doing something like that. Do I expect him to? Not at all. But is it out of the realm of possibility? I don't think so.
Okay, that confused me. What do you think's going to happen?
Well, there is word and rumor going around that his UFO disclosure speech is ready to be said. And it may happen while he's at the NATO conference in Turkey in just 2 days.
And he's going to announce what?
Well, they're speculating that he may announce that UFOs, crash retrievals, and non-human intelligence is real, and that the United States and other governments of the world have made contact.
Got it. All right. Why? I don't know why he'd announce it there. He doesn't like the UN. I think he'd put it in a stage that he likes more. He doesn't like the UN. I don't think he'd want them getting credit for that announcement for the next 20 years.
Who knows? I could imagine him doing it. I could see him doing it because, once again, it would steal the world stage.
Yeah, well, that's true. But he can do that at any time.
It would be more powerful if it was in front of the other NATO nations. I mean, remember, there's a lot of people in the NATO nations right now who aren't a fan of the Donald.
He doesn't care. But he doesn't care.
I know that.
He doesn't care.
That's the beautiful part. That's the beautiful part. So why not stick it to them one more time?
Well, yeah. This is Dave Scott, Spaced Out Radio, Canadian radio show that you can hear anytime, all of them, on YouTube. Do you have any other news? Do you have perhaps Bigfoot information that we feel is more dependable?
Oh, my goodness. I went out to my research spot looking for Bigfoot this past weekend, and I got all excited because I have a gifting site. A gifting site is where you leave items and you try and trade them with the Sasquatch that are in the area. We have had success with this in the past, and imagine my surprise, Walter, when I get to my gifting site this past weekend and 4 items are gone. A whistle, a quarter, a piece of jade, and a piece of quartz. And I was all excited, but I was mad at the same time because I thought, man, if somebody went and took this, sometimes we'll see hikers going through there on my trail cameras, and I looked through the trail cameras briefly, did not see any people. Now I'm getting weirded out. Until I got home last night, after I got off the air with you, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to check my trail camera footage because I could see the orange whistle in the tree. And I skipped down to where the whistle disappeared, worked my way backwards, and I found the culprit. And it was not a Sasquatch, a squirrel. A squirrel stole my whistle, and then he showed it off on my trail camera.
Yes.
He then stole the quarter and tried to eat it in front of my trail camera.
Yeah.
And then he brought up the piece of quartz and tried to eat that in front of my trail camera.
I'm always surprised on my bird feeders how much of the feed is eaten by squirrels.
I thought it was hilarious.
It is.
I'm glad it wasn't people.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the weird thing. If I could throw some weird stuff in here for you, Walter.
Yes, please.
Many people believe that Sasquatch can have some sort of power to control other animals to bring them items. So I know when I go public with this on my show,
Yeah.
and I know people are going to be like, well, you know, Sasquatch does have the ability to communicate with squirrels and have them bring items to them so that way they're not caught on the trail cameras. If that's the truth, that it was pretty amazing because this squirrel stopped 3 times in front of my trail camera to show off it was stealing my stuff.
They're very extrovert animals. These are extrovert animals that demand attention. How do we find you online, Dave Scott?
Well, I demand attention too, so maybe I'm half squirrel. You can find us on YouTube at Spaced Out Radio, on any major podcast network, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, and iTunes. You can download my show for free at any time you want to listen.
Do you have a store online?
I might, and it might have a Walter M. Sterling shirt flying a UFO at spacedoutradio.com/shop.